So, hey, here's the thing. I'm Aunt Mary's niece, and I've been missing you all. But the issue that we had, while we kind of took a little hiatus or so, my family and I, we got together and we started talking about changing the format of, what's going on with Aunt Mary's niece so you all can kind of see and kind of feel at home with us. Getting back on track and what have you. You see, Hoodoo Honcho, she right here in the back. Hey y'all. But nevertheless, this is what we want to do. I'm gonna take you into my world just a little bit, and everything ain't gonna be all cookie cutter. You're getting ready to see things from a real point of view and how it really happens. Because a lot of times when you're dealing with spiritual people, we have things that we go through too, and sometimes we have to take a sabbatical and to get things basically in order. I really wanted to bring you all content from another room where I was doing my studio, and me and Huda Honcho, we've been going back and forth for about 3 months now. I called a family meeting because I just pretty much had it. And so everybody didn't like what I said, and it's okay. But I learned something. Hey, your pleasure, 721. Thank you for always being faithful and listening. We apologize that we haven't always been faithful to you all, but as you know, I do work multiple things and do multiple things. So one of the things that we want to do is so that you can kind of see inside of our world to know what Aunt Mary Niece is all about. And a lot of times when you look at spiritual people being able to be community leaders, so forth, because it's like there's a home where there's a lot of love. And so people come to people like myself and Hoodoo Honcho so that it can kind of take a load off. And in doing so, sometimes it happens on the outside, sometimes it happens on the inside. But we want you to kind of see how some things kind of interact. So right now, I'm actually cooking. Yeah, I am cooking. A lot of people are being really right, shocked. But I can. I can cook anything in a restaurant. I just chose not to cook for a bunch of years. So, but that's neither here or there. But maybe you know what? Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the things that we can do, we can do well, is that I show you. So, right now on the stove, I got some white rice. I started to make some yellow rice, but then I was like, that's kind of too much salt for me, and I really wasn't feeling it. So I also got some cube steak and some rabbit. Y'all, I found some rabbit at IGA. That's like one of my go-to things. So me and Olivia, we boiled some rabbit in some salt water earlier, and then now we're baking it. So it's not going to turn all the way brown because we're not going to leave it in that long. As soon as my significant other get back, we're going to actually eat. So our Sunday dinner is going to consist of the boxed macaroni and cheese because I didn't feel like making any homemade macaroni and cheese because I'm kind of irritated, fluttered, and everything else. And they'll tell you I'm on that third degree. Right now. Yeah. So I'm kind of like letting them all know how I really feel about some things. And sometimes it go across really well, and sometimes. But nevertheless, we got some white rice, some boxed macaroni and cheese. We also have some cube steak that is barbecued, and then we're gonna have some cube steak that's on gravy. I thought about making some yeast rolls, but I got kind of irritated to third power. So they might have some light bread, like how we used to do back in the day, and toast that thing and put some butter on it and call it a day. Now one of the things I also want to bring to your attention is that I really like TikTok, y'all. I kind of like TikTok a little bit better than YouTube, to be quite honest, because I get to joke around and have fun and everything. Y'all get to kind of see me in a different light. Because most people know I'm usually the life of the party. If you get me in certain elements and surroundings, and so I kind of like that. So without further ado, let me check this week. So I'm sitting down here. I really wanted to sue y'all. I went and bought green screen and all this stuff, and it didn't even do well. You know why? Because I couldn't even talk to you all like how I wanted to, like right now. So get this. All my words ain't gonna be, crossing my T's and dot my I's. I'm just gonna be Amir's niece. I'm not gonna be that person that you be like, she don't speak well though. When I say the flow, I might say the flow or whatever. Because I'm from the South. And that's just what we do. I'm from Southside something. That's just what we do. And then occasionally these kids get on my last nerve, I might just throw a shoe. Yeah, I might just throw a shoe. But they used to it by now. They know how to move the hell out the way. Don't y'all? She got there rolling her eyes because she can't believe I said it. But the truth of the matter is, I think this is a better surrounding. So thank you, my love, for suggesting that I should speak in the kitchen. because I think that you all get me a chance to kind of get to know me a little bit better. You know, and why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing. I'm smiling.
Why?
Because you're finally doing what people trying to tell you the last couple of
Yeah, but I wanted.
You're listening. You're looking for
Oh
what
God.
actions.
Yes. Let me show you my little $10 shirt that I got from what that place we like to go to in Florence.
Simply 10.
Simply 10. I got this little shirt. Oh my goodness. Look at here, you all. You see that little shirt got little beads and everything. And get this, I actually make jewelry. I just haven't been selling it or anything like I probably should have. Let me go ahead and get my little keys straight. Oh my goodness. Well, actually, let me show you the rabbit. So, wait a minute. I love this rabbit, but okay. So I try not to burn my hands so that y'all can actually see. And one of the great things I like about my kitchen is that I have a lot of storage. I mean, I got storage for days and days and days. So, what I first do, I'm gonna show you a little bit of my little masterpiece. Because a lot of times when you're doing the same work, I start cooking that's involved. So I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but it would be helpful as Google Honcho, because this is my rabbit from IGA. Can you pan down? So this is a rabbit from IGA. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on the countertop. You're not gonna be able to see my countertop.
Hey y'all, it's Hulu Honcho. While she's taking the stuff out of the oven, I'm gonna kind of like take over for a little bit.
Show them my huge steak. So look, y'all. Yes, honeys, I cook. This is a cube steak. And that's the one with the brown gravy. This is a cube steak that actually has. Now this one right here actually has barbecue sauce. So my significant other, he loves barbecue sauce on every single thing. You know, but that's just how he eat, y'all. He gotta have his barbecue sauce. So, and those who know me, one thing y'all do know is that I don't really cook unless I'm what?
In love.
Yeah, so this man got me in his kitchen. So I must be loving him. And then the box macaroni. One thing I did was after I cooked it in here, I just went ahead and just put it in the oven so it can get a little bit brown, but it didn't do everything I wanted to do. And that's our kitchen table that we'll be sitting at and as soon as we get back. So we're gonna be sitting on down, sitting on down, sitting on down. So we can get our little Sunday dinner. And then of course it's the rice. Let me go ahead and turn off the stove and get back to our little session. So, we were discussing like several topics that I want to talk about because I was like, you know what? It might be a little bit rude and everything. And they said, you know what? I need to kind of expand and be more inclusive. But I really wanted to talk about dicks and money or dicks over money. And he was like, you know that's kind of negative. But he was like, why don't you talk about dicks, pussy, and money? But I was like, you know what? I really don't want to say that because that don't sound politically correct. So, what can I say?
The first thing that sounds
I know, right? But I gotta come up with a way where I'm not really being vulgar. Well, that's what it is.
the thing is that you don't have to give it to them raw, no condom. So you don't have to tell them raw, no condom, no IUD, no birth control.
Okay, so the first thing you need to know, if you're not 18 years old and your parents have not agreed for you to listen to Aunt Mary News content, I would actually ask for you to tune out. If you're highly sensitive, tune out, change the channel, because I'm not going to always talk about the things that you all want me to talk about, but I want to be able to keep it real because the premise of why Aunt Mary News exists and have been in existence for over 30 something years, but only publicly for about 3 or 4. I'm not sure. I'm not even doing the math right now. I'll check it out a little bit later. But the point of the matter is this. At the end of the day, you want results. You want to know what the truth is so the truth shall set you free. But you also know that when you're looking at truth, the truth is also will push you off too. So I want to do kind of a segment where we kind of analyzing the things that we kind of want. Because I was thinking about this cooking thing. Because look, like I said, most people know I don't cook unless I'm in love. So I really love this dude. But get this, I also had to make a decision, whether I'm gonna continue to get what I like, or be that bitter black woman. I choose that to be the bitter black woman, you know. So um sometimes you got to do some things that you don't necessarily want to do, so you can have some things that you wouldn't have if you don't. So, wait till a man's heart is his gut. So go ahead and cook that man a meal. So that's what I'm doing right now on my Sunday. Even though I might have preferred to watch the Skeleton King or to watch something else, but at the end of the day, I got to feed my family. And so, because you all are tuning in, you are my family, and I got to feed you all too. So why not just come into the kitchen? Come on in the house, come on in the room, and get to know who Aunt Mary Niece is from another perspective. Now, if you want some jokes and have some fun, go to my TikTok page. I do have 2 videos on there. I'm getting ready to work out with 3, but I just went to the grocery store so I can kind of put it all together. Because when I'm doing something, I like to kind of get all into it and get into position. So, and right now, it wasn't not that good, but then it kind of good, you know. But TikTok has been my good friend, while I was taking this sabbatical, because I was able to see, you know what, you can have a good time, still educate people, but have a good time, because everybody knows laughter is good for the soul. And you never know, I might just decide to do a reading or two on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I don't know, just whatever the spirit just moved me. Now, also too, this channel ain't for the faint at heart. Why? Because I'm gonna be talking about some things that I really want to talk about. But going back to just because the topic is just checking in, we're not really talking about what I was thinking about doing. I was just kind of throwing it out there. But if y'all want to have that discussion, drop a line or two and let me know. Because I don't mind. You know what I got to do? Let me go ahead and put my little banner in there. Okay, there you go. So another thing too, I spent probably about 6 months testing out new equipment and stuff. But the only thing that I found to be kind of true and that kind of helped me out a little bit better was this doggone Samsung 10 phone. I said, you know what? I got good lighting. Not only do I have good lighting, but you all can see me well. And I'm tired of going back and forth to these different laptops to try to get it in. Or I thought about going to get me a little camcorder, but I did. Matter of fact, I did get a camcorder, but it didn't do as well, and it was too much editing and all that other stuff. So I ain't got time for all of that, and you don't either. Either I'm gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say and move on, or say what I gotta say and move on. Pretty much, I've always wanted to have a TV show, but I didn't know what format I wanted to have it. So now, who's gonna just do it? Because there ain't nothing to it but just to do it. So let me go back to comments. Could I actually figured out how I could see you all through this, and I think this is actually working out a little bit better in the kitchen. Now, sometimes in this kitchen too, you might see me clean it up, but part of doing spiritual work is also maintaining a clean environment. I'm going to show you some dirty stuff, and then I'm going to show you some clean stuff. A lot of times people think that, oh, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do the spiritual cleanse, and I'm going to take this bath and everything else. But what about your outside? What about your home? One of the best sermons that I actually went to was probably about 7 years ago, when I went to this old Baptist church near one of them Bridges Roads. If you're from South Carolina, you can kind of figure out what I'm talking about. But the pastor said, you know what? Y'all need to go home and clean your house. That was the sermon of the day. You know what? And I said, he is so right. If you have a clean house, and it's not just talking about the house on the outside, but a clean house on the inside, you actually do better. We'll actually do better. We got to clean the house. Inside of our house, that's our temple. That's where we live. That's where we breathe. That's where we do a lot of different things, so that we get a chance to know ourselves, because as above, so below. But if you don't know what's going on in the middle, where the roofs are intertwining, like from the top to the bottom, as above, so below, and you ain't got that cleanse out, and your chakras are not aligned, how do you expect to be spiritually cleansed, spiritually alive? So we're gonna do a little bit of that, because you got to clean up your environment. One of the things that me and one of my friends were talking about yesterday, and they're not gonna mind, but there's a lot of people who spend a lot of time saying, I can't do this, I can't do that. But then every time the church door open, they always in there. Case in point, there's this lady that you know. You know, she was a pastor right before her husband died. And so she spent a lot of time and she still do. I can't pick this up. Oh, I can't get this up. I gotta have somebody clean up and everything else. But if her husband was still living, she just making room for the cleanup woman. You know what that is.
Somebody who gonna come in and take your man. Watch out for her. Listen. It's
Okay.
nothing you know. What you gonna do?
Somebody else will too.
Men, women, they there, them, wherever you decide to identify as. If you ain't gonna do it, somebody else will. That's what we talk about. Something else.
Okay. So Hulu Hunter just gave a good point. But whenever the church door open, she looking fancy fly and what have you. And I remember when I went to Benedict College, there was a lot of pretty people that was there. And but the prettiest the people were, I noticed the nastiest their rooms were. Why? Why would you have your outside all perfume and you looking good with your makeup and everything, and then your insides are not together? That's not right. That's not fair. You know, and then it's like you presenting a different image. That's not true. Cause it ain't. So, you know, on the side of through, we're gonna show you how to some cool tips on how to clean and do different things, because if your areas on the outside or your surroundings are kind of nasty, your insides are kind of nasty too. As above, so below. Whatever's on the inside, gonna show on the outside. If your place look confused, then you are a confused person. Did you know that?
I need to organize yourself too.
So what?
I need to organize your things.
Yeah.
Organization. Organize your surroundings and we
Yes.
organize it.
Organization is actually key. I'm actually doing the table love. So you on the phone? You about ready to eat? You shake your head. Yes, no. I'm still taking. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get off here so I can feed the man, feed the family, and everything. But I just wanted to kind of like check in with you all so that you know that Aunt Mary we still love you, and that we're gonna actually bring you some very cool messages. And after I get my belly full, you never know, I might come back to you while washing the dishes or something, so we can have a little soul talk. So until we meet again, my friends, take care. Bye bye. Try to turn you off.